All right. I think we are live. Cool. So let's get started. Um, just a brief intro. So hi everyone in the audience. Uh, this is Duper. In case you haven't played games, it's a nice. Congrats for whoever is on the third place in the leaderboard in the chat. Anyways, Duper is a social war game that combines elements from a lot of the war and strategy games such as Catan, StarCraft, Civilization, and also wagering game like poker. And also there's a lot of diplomacy elements involved in the gems. And in this town hall, we will first review a couple of we'll review and commentate together a couple of the best games in the past week selected by the community. And on stage right now we have Kaladin and Cryptix, two of the current top players. And yeah, there's we've got like maybe 4 or 5 games to go over, and then maybe after, if there's enough interest, we can run a custom match and stream that live, and everyone can kind of discuss what they think will happen, who will win, who will earn, that kind of stuff. So without rambling too much, let's get started on the game replay and commentary. And let me just take a look at. We can start with. How about let's start with the game that Cryptix, you sent it to me. It's the game where you want to teach people about how to lie and not let people attack you, right? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure thing.
So yeah, let me put that up. And yeah, by the way, if you have any questions during the stream, feel free to ask in the chat.
Yeah, I'll kind of monitor those and answer them as best as I can while Cryptix
Okay.
kind of commentates his, and
Right.
maybe we can
That'd be good.
like that way I'm not talking over him or something like that.
Yep. And let me share my screen first. I don't think I'm doing that yet. Sharing my screen. One sec. Screen one. Go live. Okay. Confirming you guys can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. So do you remember who you were in this game, Cryptix?
I believe I was dealer this game.
Okay. I think you were dealer too. So let's maybe put it on 2x, and then you can kind of walk through some of your thinking in this game. So early game, I guess, yeah, nothing. Yeah, go ahead.
I think really important in early game, just trying to expand as much as I can, trying to make trades. I
Right.
think
So
the
maybe
biggest
let's
part
go
about
to
being dealer.
let's go to yeah. Start with round 2.
Yeah. So what I've noticed about the game or the meta so far is people want to get to that middle tile as fast as possible. So like, for example, the 2 tile between blue and green, or the 2 tile between orange and green. Because as soon as you hit that middle tile, you kind of have control of those 4 tiles next to your capital. You can, how do I explain this? So for example, like orange already built an econ. He didn't do it this round, but if he expanded towards that 2 tile near, like closer to green, then he can kind of cut him off there and take those 4 tiles. So the logic behind me expanding 1 upwards and 1 downwards is those teams are gonna fight for those 2 tiles. So as soon as I hit them, I should be able to initiate some trades.
Makes sense.
Yeah, here it looks like I go towards orange just because he already put his econ down. He seems fairly strong, so let's talk to him a bit.
Interesting. So it's interesting how like some other players, I think physics, like to choose whoever he goes towards by the standard of who looks weak, as opposed to who has econ and looks strong. So there's different strategies there. Seems like.
Yeah.
So as you said,
green has went
yeah.
for that 2 tile, and now I can initiate a trade. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, let's maybe go a little faster.
those tiles that he's talking about are super important too, especially along with the corners of red. The four corners, because you're putting yourself within 2 AP of being able to attack someone's capital as well. So you're kind of positioning for later on too.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
if you look at the chat, I'm already attempting to talk and respond to everyone who's talking to me right now, trying to remain friendly with everyone. Real thing about red is you're in the middle, so technically you're the most vulnerable, but also you have the most potential to attack because everyone's in your reach, but you're also in everyone's reach. So you have to play Mr. Nice Guy, at least for the early game when you're playing red here.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons it's nice to start out with some extra gems as well, because you can be a little more lenient giving them out to make people feel a little happier with you as the game is starting.
Yeah, so for context, red starts with 13 gems, whereas everyone else starts with 10. So that's, yeah.
So everything's...
So everyone has Economist at this point.
Yeah.
And everyone's level 2 except orange.
Yeah, so green asks to pressure blue. And I agree with him, but I'm making an excuse to not actually attack because I'm saying I might be getting flanked or something.
Right, so we can pause here for a second. And I want to point out to the gem portfolio of people. So over here, Cryptics, you already have what, like two from orange, 3 from green, and 1 from purple. But that seems like through the trades you're giving out, you've only given 1 to purple. So, I think that's like, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, so what I've also noticed is keeping a lot of cards in your inventory is very beneficial at times, because sometimes you'll try to upgrade to econ or try to redeem for tanks or whatever, and you'll run out of cards, so therefore people can't trade with you. So at around like round 1 or round 2, I had 5 cards in my inventory, so that's 5 different options that people can trade with me. So I got very lucky this round where everybody wanted a card from my inventory, and that's how I got a lot of gems. Now theoretically, around this point, or maybe in the next couple of rounds, I should be giving out my gems, but I think this is a unique case where I didn't have a lot of pressure from some of these players, so I didn't have to give out my gems, and I could kind of just manipulate without my gems.
Right. So as a new player, if if you want to help someone, make sure you have enough of their gems. Like if they're a non-dealer, make sure to have at least 3 to 4 gems. If they're the dealer, like you need to get to 4 or 5 at least to think about actually long-term helping them.
Yeah, so you see I text to orange and purple, the same thing. What's the plan right now?
Yeah.
And it looks like all these people I'm trying to get against each other, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, playing the dealer is really very different game from playing non-dealer. You're just chatting with people non-stop. At least that's what I feel like. And playing the nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I thought that maybe bidding for this position would kind of put a target on your back, because people want you to lose your ETH. But I found that typically they will start reaching out to you and want to be your friend because you bid so much ETH for the position instead. That's what I find most of the time.
Interesting.
It's also because physics has conditioned everyone that he will win as a red in like 6 rounds. So.
Yeah. No, that's true. Seems like he always just picks a target and goes toward that target. I've been in at least 2 games where dealer played super aggressive and just lose because they failed to attack, purple in round 5 or something. So there's definitely a risk to playing aggressive as red. Okay, so far everyone's level 2, you're level 3. Okay, we can accelerate a bit actually.
Yeah, so just so those 3 tiles next to me, I waited until I got to level 3 to even touch those. I don't know if I actually do hit those this game, but the benefit from grading your capital is greater than a 3 tile. I'd say at the early point, but there are certain cases where you're stuck behind 3 tiles. I've seen a lot of different like games where you have to expand towards like 2-3 tiles, or there are 3 tiles surrounding where you want to go. In those cases, yeah, you would take it. But it's really an investment where if you do take it as red, you're kind of weak because you wasted a bit of gold. So someone can attack you right there. So my thinking right here was, okay, like let me just take everything around it first, and if they're still open at the end, then yeah, I can take it because I'm already at level 3.
Makes sense.
Just for the sidebar as well, physics is ready to come up now.
Oh, okay. Let me. Yes. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. GM physics teacher.
GM, how's it going?
Doing well. We're starting with the game where Cryptix played in, and he's explaining
Very cool.
a lot of the diplomacy, how to play red, like playing the nice guy and pitting everyone against each other type of thing.
Sounds good.
So yeah.
Looks like I'm trying to get orange to attack someone. I'm telling green it should be a free win for us. I'm telling purple that I'll help defend him against orange. I'm telling blue that, yeah, so it's just really just playing everyone is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, see, Blue says 100% when they have 0 gems from you.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised with how few gems you've given out that...
Yeah, I was telling Yisha that this would work last week, but this week people are catching up to how to play.
Yeah,
so
it is actually pretty impressive how the game is changing week to week. Pretty significantly in terms of player skill and things that they're picking up on that they should be doing.
Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I said a lot of them. Oh, my bad. I'll just go. A lot of them pointed out that's really helpful, like the forum material that Khaled and you and physics teacher you guys have made. It's helped a lot of people. So anyway, go ahead. What you're talking about?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say it's the classic deflection that Cryptix just did with Blue up on the chat a little bit. It was like he's like, I need your gems. Like, yeah, for sure. When I have a plan, I'll give you some. And I bet that that's never gonna be revisited in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so you're Cryptix. You're trying to teach purple how to play and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how far help, words help, how far they go without gems.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't really work for advanced players, but yeah. Like sometimes you just send them a lot of text and strategize for them without giving any gems, and they wouldn't attack you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
I mean it's not
think,
intuitive to imagine someone just bold-faced lying to you.
That's a Morio.
Or manipulating you. What were you saying, Cryptix?
Yeah, so I hit level 3 pretty quickly, so I think in a new player perspective, you also want to team up with someone who's strong. So that's why, I mean, there's a lot of trust in it, but that's why it seems that people are willing to follow me, even though I haven't given them gems yet.
Yeah, it's definitely that. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go up again, I tell purple that I'm gonna bomb orange, and I tell orange I'm gonna bomb purple, I think.
So yeah, right around round 8, round 8 is the soonest round that red can win the game if no capitals have been destroyed yet. because they can in round 8 attack 3 times and destroy a capital potentially. So round 8 is really where you want to start having your like alarm bells going off if you're not the red player and you're not sure what they're gonna do, because that's the soonest that the game can end. So you kind of want to try and prepare for that. I've noticed that a lot of players don't really expect the game to end at round 8 a lot of the time, and so they don't have the gems that they need, especially from the red player, but also from whatever player they think might win the game. So some games can go on for like a really long time, but be prepared by round 8 to kind of have you should know who you're working with, and you should have those that represented in gems.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think hair purple
oh,
was
so you just
asking
attacked
to
blue.
yeah.
Nice.
I think here, I was greedy where purple, it was purple's round and he was telling me to swap gems with him. I was kind of afraid he might attack me because I was going to win the next round. But
Yeah.
I told him that if I don't trade gems with him next round, he can attack me however much he wants. The mistake that he made is there would be no one next round for him.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I would win right there. So
Yeah.
I think I was at 9 tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I took a 10.
Going in. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
Going
attacked
into,
lose capital, which means the tile count goes down if I kill his capital. So I got an 11th tile out of that, and the tile count reduced to 11, which is how I was able to win with 2 attacks.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, in round 9, you don't even have to buy an attack point. Assuming you've taken a tile each round, you don't even have to buy an attack point as the red player in round 9. In round 8, it requires 3 attacks in a turn. In round 9, it only requires 2 if you destroy capital. So yeah, round 9 is especially tricky because it's very, very likely that the red player can win if they have a means to destroying the capital, or if the capital's already destroyed. That's of course assuming that no like tiles have been taken through, like if blue hasn't taken like one of red's tiles or something. Previously.
And
A lot of games do end up kind of playing out where, no one attacks another player until the very end.
Cool. So this is this game. The next game we'll look at Physics, Kaladin, Cohen.
Oh hell yeah.
So that should be fun.
Which one was this one? Physics. It's not a good one. It's not a good one, is it?
I don't know.
Let me actually
like how
see. Let me check out like the color that you guys. So Physics, you were red, and Kaladin was orange. So you guys probably both bid pretty high to get the positions. Let's look at it from Kaladin's perspective, because then we have Physics in the middle and Kaladin right here.
That's good. Yeah, something I heard you guys kind of talking about as I was getting in here was like the bidding for dealer and how that like I think is extremely necessary, because I think red is generally overpowered if you're just an even stake as the rest of the players. And I've noticed that bids have started to increase in regularity, which is really good, because I still think that red is a little bit overpowered if you're only bidding like 10 or 20% or extra, and ideally you have to bid like 20 to 30% on average. So I'm glad. I think this is another strategy that's like last week bidding 20% is not gonna guarantee me dealer like it has last week. This week it'll probably be pushed, and next week it'll probably be pushed even higher, which is really good, because Paladin brought up a great point, which is that it should actually kind of put a target on your head if you are bidding significantly more than the rest of the table,
Right.
because you have more ETH at stake, and the other players can take advantage of that. So I'm really interested to see how that dynamic plays out.
Definitely.
Oh, is this the Fort Rush?
No, I didn't. I actually have basically abandoned Fort Rush as a strategy.
Oh, okay.
Players have gotten too savvy, and honestly, I think the Fort Rush is actually actively bad right now, because as soon as you build a Fort Researcher early, no one is your friend and no one is willing to work with you. They all hate you and they all start like collapsing on you. Like it's absolutely brutal trying to do a fort rush right now. So I've completely given up on it after some very brutal games on Sunday where it just felt completely hopeless and like, why didn't I just build an economist?
I think I was in one of the games. Yeah, and you were just targeted by everyone.
It's crazy because no one can trust you because you can, try and essentially do a super aggressive attack at any moment once that fort rush is done or once the fort researcher is done. So
Right.
it's just, you can't even blame the other players. Like it's just so threatening to have that fort researcher early. It's tough. So yeah, I didn't do any yesterday and had a much better experience. So
And a
we'll
much
see how
better
the meta
payout.
evolves. Yeah.
We had a fort rush happen yesterday, and it ended up failing by red.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And
that's
he
just
quit
game
the
over
game
too.
afterward. Yeah, he knew it. He knew it was over, and he just quit. And that was
Oh man, that is brutal. Yeah, it's definitely live or die type of thing. No in between.
So I guess here, physics, you're upholding your strategy of just taking the like diagonal tiles as soon as
Yeah,
possible,
I
right?
still do. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I wouldn't say I do that every game, but in games where like in this game there was like a tier 3 and another tier 3 and it worked out kind of that way. I will take like the tile that is immediate or the tile that's exactly between two capitals. I will try and take those as well. Those are another
Right.
good tile to take. Like
Like
no,
these ones, right?
not those. No, like between like
Oh,
green and
like
orange.
like here. Oh, okay,
Yeah, those ones.
So you
Those
like
are another like
block people's communication, kind
you
of.
block people and also it puts you two tiles away from two capitals. So it
That's
lets you
true.
attack.
Okay. If you build a fort
Yeah,
there
so
and stuff. Yeah.
exactly. So like those tiles that are directly between two capitals and then the kind of diagonal tiles between red and a capital, those are kind of the tiles I'm looking to take in the early game as like an early objective, I guess, for the red player.
Nice.
So yeah, in this game I have those kind of critical tiles for green, purple, and orange, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I do not have a
So,
good way of
yeah.
attacking blue, which is, it kind of influences like, okay, if I can't attack blue, I honestly don't really want to ally with them because it means I'm giving them my gems and I can't ever get those gems back effectively, or it's really hard to.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of backwards from what you'd expect.
Right.
Like
It is. Yeah.
Just because of the way the incentives work.
On average, how many times do you like recycle your gems from your major allies?
It's probably about 50%.
Really?
Maybe a little
Damn.
bit higher than 50%. Yeah, it's
That's interesting.
it is evolving. It's also just evolving over time because the players are
Right.
changing, so like strategies have to change. But at
Right.
least yesterday, my goal in every game yesterday was make a really good friend
Yeah.
and then make a medium friend that I could essentially dupe pretty easily.
Okay.
So like secure like a really good relationship with one player and do exchange quite a few gems early game, and
Yeah.
then exchange like 3 or 4 maybe with another player and then dupe that player.
Dang.
Because what I found is that if you like dupe a player, let's say the game doesn't end after you dupe that player, you
Right.
still need another player that's really, really tight with you, that still wants you to win and is incentivized for you to win, to finish out the game, essentially.
Right. Makes sense. When it comes to choosing which players you are super tight with and which player you want to dupe later, any like thoughts on that? I'm sure it's very subtle.
It does.
But
it
the
is.
relative
Yeah,
positions,
it's a
that kind of stuff.
combination of a lot of things, and it does have to do with the way that they communicate a lot, in terms of like how proactive are they in like talking to me and working with me and trading with me. It does have to do with like how many gems of them that I get from them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to just be like a one-sided alliance.
Right.
So yeah, I would say if you're like early game, if you're really proactive about asking for gems and giving me gems, like you're most likely going to be that player. It's like complicated, but it's also pretty simple. Like gems are what
Yeah.
speak the most in general.
Got it.
If you know, when players are like being really finicky about their gems, it just makes it so hard to want to like work with them.
Yeah.
Because
Makes sense.
you're probably being manipulated, basically. If they're being like really finicky, they're probably allied with another player, and they're just trying to like get you to work with them for free, essentially.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
have to
Cryptic's
force
game
people.
was a prime example of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, so Kaladin, you have level 3. I guess everyone has level 3 except Green at this point. There's a plane researcher, and in fact, Green only has plane researcher. That's interesting. Oh, there's 2 plane buildings actually on this map, and 2 forts. So that's pretty balanced.
Yeah, and in this stage in the game, that's kind of where I start looking for targets as well. If you're the last 1 to 3, I'm kind of leaning your way.
Right.
Because I know that if you're not going to upgrade, then you're kind of weak, and if you do upgrade, I know where all your money just went. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Yeah, I'm not sure which game this is, but we are coming up on. I think this is the game. Yeah. Do I have a fort researcher? Yeah, I do. Okay, so
Yeah,
is that
you
fort
do.
researcher done in round? When's it done? Round 7?
Round 7. Yes.
Okay, I think this game's about to end. So
Yeah.
it is coming up on that kind of round 7, the danger round that I mentioned. And last week I had some issues where I like would run out of time. So I was extremely ready this week for like, okay, I had a plan. I was going to do 3 attacks in a turn. I was going to kill purple and then take a tile. And I'd seen exactly what Kaladin just pointed out. I saw that they had just upgraded their capital level 3, so they had no gold. So I knew I could destroy them with 2 forts, a fort with a tank supporting the other fort, and all the rest of my gold loaded up in the second fort. And then,
Nice.
oh, is this not the game I was thinking of?
And by the
right.
way.
Okay, yeah. So.
Oh, nice. So Kaladin now is taking blue.
Yes. And he's given me 6 gems, so I'm more than happy to do that. If he didn't,
Right.
then I would likely turn that fort towards him.
Yeah, I was gonna point out you have 6 gems from red, which is sizable amount.
Okay, yeah, I completely misspoke. Apologies. Round 8 is the earliest you can win as red, even with 3 attack points, because that gets you to. Wait, is that? Hold on.
So right now you have 9 tiles. Physics.
Yeah, and I used 2 attack points that round. So yeah, I just misspoke. It's round 8. You can only win in round 7 if a capital's already been destroyed before round 7.
Right.
So yeah, you need 2 capitals down in round 7. So apologies. Round 8 is like the soonest you can win with buying an attack point and destroying a capital. So I generally it's pretty risky to kind of go all in and destroy a capital like that in round 7, because you do then have to wait another turn, and in doing so you give opportunities for players to be like, oh, red's like about to win, I should probably attack them. In this case, I was looking at the gem counts and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
No, this is Kaladin's.
Yeah. So in this case, I'd given blue some gems and I'd given orange some gems, and so blue was opening up a tile for me.
So you have. One sec. So physics. Yeah, you gave 4 to blue, 4 to orange, and 2 to green.
Oh, this is this game. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, what ends up happening is I don't buy an attack point this game, because I'm really low on gems myself. I only have 2 of my own gems. Buying
Right.
attack went with me to 1 gem, and I'm gonna say at that point it's not even worth winning the game because you have such a low payout. And so I noticed that I played a straight flush to play that extra fort that I had used to kill purple, and that's gonna give me the combo reward in round 9. And so, and I know that I can raise if I win the combo reward. So I decide to give some gems over to blue so that they'll let me win. And
That's
then
super subtle. Wow.
and then I'm able to raise the turn that I win so that I can accumulate more gems after that as well.
That's super
I
interesting.
wasn't happy about that raise.
Yeah, the raise worked out really, really well for me here. Really, really lucky to be able to raise right as I'm winning because I had so few gems as well. Honestly,
Yeah.
if I'm in this position and I can't raise, I'd rather have orange or blue win because I have one gem of my own essentially. But by being able to raise, I go up to 4 gems and I dilute the equity that the other players have in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're
So
still,
yeah.
they're still not negative because I did still give them quite a few gems, but
Right.
it makes my payout a lot larger.
Yeah,
relative
I was
to
still
them.
happy with that, but obviously could have been better. But
Right.
it's a win in my book.
Yep. Cool. Okay, let's look at another game. The promised Kaladin victory.
Hell yeah.
It's not very flashy at all, by the way.
That's fine.
But a dub's a
You
dub.
can just explain, how you've, what your thinking process is during the game.
Yeah. And the chat was actually fairly entertaining in this one. We have some characters in this Discord, I'll tell you what.
Nice.
There's pretty funny people in this game.
So you were red. Let's switch
Yes,
to
I
your
was red this game as
perspective.
well.
All right.
I don't really think anything interesting happened too early.
And
I'm not sure what round
just
things started kicking off.
quick interruption. I can't since I'm streaming. I can't look at Discord right now. If you guys are asking questions, I don't know physics. If you have
I'm
yours,
watching the chat.
you can answer some, and then
Yeah.
vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to put questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Feel free to raise your hand as well if you want to come up
And
on stage
also-
and ask a question.
And also, so you know how we're going over these games? These games people send to me, right? And it's like their best ranked games. If you want your game featured, if you want people to see your big fat victory, like send over the game ID. If it's good, we'll review it next week. That's how it goes. But yeah. Okay, Kaladin, stage is yours.
All right, yeah, pretty standard early game. Everyone's just claiming tiles. I do kind of
Right.
take into account that green is blocked coming to orange by 2 of the level 3s. So he's probably not going to head that way anytime soon. So I'm perfectly comfortable moving 2 tiles straight out this way to get in touch with orange and probably purple in the next round.
You send trade.
Yeah, typically
Nice.
when I'm red... yeah, it actually worked out. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's... Remember that meme I made yesterday? This is the origin of
That's
that
the meme.
I wanted a straight. He rejected it. He wanted a straight. I'm not giving it to him. No way. And the rest of the game, I don't even think we talked to orange.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're connecting tiles here. I don't usually like when players move into that corner tile early. Just like the border players probably don't like it when you
Yeah,
move
it's
the tiles out like I did.
a
But
touchy tile.
yes, it is. Especially when I have an economist building here.
Oh man,
like-
yeah, and you've got 3 players in those tiles. I definitely would be feeling claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good thing purple was ready to go. Yeah, we had
That was already grumpy. Oh yeah.
Grumpy. Yeah.
Rejecting a trade definitely does give a grumpy feeling.
it really does. And then when he counters back with one that will benefit him, like why would I do this?
Yeah.
Blue's already got
It's
two
like-
buildings. What are the buildings that Blue made?
I think it was a
Plane.
Okay,
Yeah.
plane.
Plane and economist,
Interesting.
which that does
Quite a-
come into play later.
Hmm,
Kind of
nice.
cool, actually. It's a newer strategy that I first saw TH do with the super cap. We'll get into that. It's actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I've used that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's wait to get
Try
to
to
it.
fly
But
to Tahiti or something.
And do you want to explain why you hide the double Q here, even though
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't want people to trade for them if I happen to not be looking. I don't want it to auto accept for one, and I
Right.
don't want them to try to trade for them. But I'm just saving those for the economic conference on the next turn.
Makes sense.
Economist is done.
Yep.
Or if I get pushed into a situation where I need a tank, I'll pop a tank down. But
Mm-hmm.
typically, I rush that conference because I want to be level 3 fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I will always like in this spot. I mean, I guess you don't really need a tank. I feel pressured to have a tank because I just hate taking tiles without a tank, like level 2 tiles, and even level 1 tiles. It just feels painful to me, so I just build a tank. But, all right, do you think you'll be able to have? So it's round 4.
So this will be ready by round 5. The building.
Well, you probably won't
The
be able
economist.
to, or will you be able? Oh yeah, will you be able to build?
I might pull
get
it off
level
on
3
this
next
game.
turn?
I'm not sure if I do. I've done it a few times. Not sure if it happened here though.
So
Also,
I'm looking
like,
at the
you
chat.
just read-
Someone said, "I am Switzerland. I am peace." Nice.
Yeah, as read, if you build a tank, not only can you take tiles more easier, but you also have 4 tiles around your capital that you can defend very easily now. That plus
Yeah,
3 buff
it's
goes
true.
to all 4.
It
Yeah, I
kinda
like
works
tanks a
off.
lot. Yeah, tanks are really nice for defending those buildings.
Yeah. And early on, of course, you can assume it's just one, but later on, you really don't know how many tanks are there unless you've seen them fight recently.
Yeah.
So next turn will be level 3. We got up to 19 this turn.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Interesting as well that you are placing like troops on your tiles. Can you explain your thought process behind that?
I will only leave tiles blank if it's not bordering another player, because
Got it.
obviously now they could just step on it if they really wanted to be a dick. So I want them to see that there's a troop there and they're going to have to fight for it. You know, you get the tile bonus. If there's a gem bonus involved, it's much harder to take instead of a free tile. And kind of like you mentioned earlier, having tiles as red is pretty crucial coming into the late game. So losing one for free can kind of set off the round that you can win by 1 or 2.
True, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And just quick comment on this. I think this has to do with also just like the type of players that are most common right now. Like if it's all new players who don't understand about tile bonuses and that kind of stuff, then you might want to defend your borders, even though it kind of wastes extra gold early on. But then if it's all, super pro players, then I think what physics you tend to do, leaving tiles blank, could work. Even I myself tended to defend all my tiles until very, very recently, because I feel that like most people who play ranked are now have a good understanding of the game.
Yeah, for me, the biggest reason, I mean, obviously I want to try and get level 3 sooner, so I don't like to protect my tiles because it costs gold, but the biggest reason I see it as like you don't need to is just because it does, like, it puts a player meaningfully behind to take one of your tiles, even if it's for free, because they're not getting the barbarian tile reward.
Right.
And I think exactly what you're saying is that the better the players are, the better that they understand that and are not going to just take a tile of yours, even if it's undefended. That being said, it is still a risk because players can just like walk over your tile, and then it's like, shit, that like offset like my game quite a bit by just
Right.
not having a troop there. So it's a balance, which is why I was curious of Kaladin's reasoning, because it's still
do you
valid
always
to put.
physics? Do you defend your tiles after you upgrade to level 3? Just curious.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
As soon
I
as
see.
I get level 3, that's when I'll start putting troops down with any
Got
gold
it.
that I have left.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because that's usually, you're getting up to round 5 at that point.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, at this point I need to start defending my tiles and
Yeah.
hopefully winning the game in the next 2 to 3 rounds. And I want to keep those kind of critical tiles where it's like that's where I put troops first, is the tiles that are 2 away from a capital, because I
see.
really don't want to lose those, because I want to be able to attack people.
Right. And
I'm giving up all my
Paladins.
secrets, so if you really don't want red to attack you, right around round 5, if you take a tile that they control that's 2 tiles away from your capital, it makes it so much harder for that player to attack you. Like, it's actually it changes the game completely, so that's something to keep in mind. And I'm probably gonna get totally effed up now that I've said that in the next game.
The downside of teaching people to play, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, my life has certainly been a lot harder.
Yeah.
Lol. So Kaladin, you seem to be boxed in over here. No free
Yeah.
tiles to take. At round 7. Let's see what you do. This guy just
What the?
become a sperm.
Yeah, so later in the game, we were very curious about that. I guess he said he misclicked, and so he accidentally.
That is
my
a
gosh.
brutal misclick. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, economically, this guy is devastated, but he's
Oh
also
man, just
the strongest
absolutely
team
just
on the board.
devastated. He's got some level 3s to take at least.
Yeah.
Right.
That's nice.
So
man,
we had made an alliance with
brutal.
purple and green, and we really, as you can see, we haven't handed out too many gems. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you say alliance, I'm not really seeing that represented in the gems
what I
on
should
either
say is-
side.
what I should say is we've been vibing and we're
Yeah.
having a good time.
Yeah.
Vibing is a good way, to describe that.
But yeah, Blue tries to recover. He's gonna get himself some level 3s to have some income. So at least.
Wait, dude, you haven't gotten anyone trade with you, right? Is that correct? Based on what I'm looking at?
Yeah,
Yeah. no.
that's crazy. What the
Dang.
heck? That is wild.
Yeah. It was an interesting game. I'll say that. And
You and
there's
Purple
a
were
lot of-
what do you-
talking a lot.
Yeah,
What are
yeah,
you
me and
thinking
Purple
about at
was-
this point?
At this point, I'm trying to figure out, because I'm still remembering that Orange rejected my trade. And now, Blue.
The grudge, alright.
The grudge will stay forever. And Blue now,
Nice.
to me, is, I would say, almost a non-factor, because yeah, he could take my tiles, but he's not going to kill my capital like this. So now I'm kind of like, well, maybe I can just scratch Orange off the board.
Okay.
And
I'm looking at the results now. Yeah, seems like you did that.
well, we'll see. Spoiler alert. But I
Sorry.
actually.
Oh,
he
there's
was so
there's
ready.
the tile. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
it's 2 away from Orange's capital
He
and
was
2 away
so
from
ready
Purple's.
for this, though. Look what he did.
Oh.
A fantastic defense, because the plan was to pop this fort in it and just blow through this tile and then kill him in 1 turn. But that's now impossible because of that orange fort with the tank in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the
So-
thing is that because Orange hasn't leveled to level 3, you know that Orange potentially has a gold advantage over you. It's probably pretty close because you're the red player and you leveled pretty in round 6. But he should have a gold advantage
Yeah.
over you at this point.
Yeah, it looks like
And,
we're around 19, so.
Here there's a straight flush victory coming up. Do you want to comment on
Oh
that?
man.
Yeah, that.
And there's
that
a 7
really,
and a 10.
Jeez.
That really had me nervous. So yeah, we
What a
knew he needed
complicated
club.
game.
Yeah. So like, okay, my allies, but not allies, whom I have none of their gems, especially green. I'm like, oh shit. So this whole thing could go down the drain really fast if he gets the card he needs. So
Yeah.
I think I start. Yeah, for orange, I try getting orange's 8 of clubs because like it's right in the middle of what green needs. I don't think.
Oh yeah, that's interesting how they're like both showing the cards and
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I tried to get it from Orange. Obviously, he's not happy with me because of what I just tried to do. I think he
Right.
rejects it, and the card, I don't know, it goes away. I think either he hides it or I'm not sure what happens. But
That's nerve-wracking because you know the 8 of clubs is what green needs pretty much.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
right.
gotta be, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy.
Imagine they're just doing card wash trading right now, and then
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can see that this game goes on for 3 more rounds. So like,
Oh my god.
Right.
it's completely nerve-wracking. Like I have all these plans, and they could just go to shit real fast.
Oh, so
So yes,
quick
that's what I
attention
was
to
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
And he ends up using it later, but I think it's very cool because you got an extra +4 on your capital's attack now, and also the death priority is lower, so it's kind of like a half-power mobile fort that's helping you
yeah.
stay alive.
Makes
and
sense.
stay capital.
Right. With the super capital plus the plane, you can even take a level 3 capital potentially. Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because it's
potentially.
yeah,
It's very, very close.
but very risky because if they have any
Very
troops
risky.
inside, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do the tile bonus, gem bonus calculations, troops, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
Oh.
here I'm watching Orange, I'm saying, hey, I changed my mind, bro. I'm sorry about that. My bad. Like, you got me. You caught me. Handles in the cookie jar. But yeah, we're gonna
Well-
start. We're trying to box in blue
Yeah.
because he's gonna run out of places to go, and he's just gonna keep spending AP on defending himself. So we'll just keep him locked in over there for a while we deal with or try to deal with orange. At one point here, I was like, should I just go kill green? But he honestly has a lot of gold, and he's just been sitting there all game, so it would be like really, really expensive to do.
Really?
And
Oh
then
yeah, they have
just-
29 gold.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then meanwhile, orange could just swing around and probably end my game as well. So rocking a hard place in this game for sure.
Yeah, the straight flush dynamic is really hard to play around here, especially since you really don't have a great avenue of attacking green.
Mhm.
Yep. And like every time it switches to his turn, you're just staring at the board waiting for it to say straight flush. Like it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like,
Luckily,
gets
there's
the
no
card.
tiles left for him to take for like free cards.
Ah, right.
yeah. So I did like tell orange a little bit of the plan, like I'm gonna isolate blue, and I'm like green is also a problem because I was hoping maybe like yeah, you're right, and start going that way. But he didn't take that bait.
Yeah, and as a straight flush player, you would not want to do this. You would not want to have some of your or all your straight flush cards showing because people can just spam trade with you and maybe you just lose a card. And they can also withhold the cards that you need based on the information you show.
Yep, exactly. Because
Yeah.
that eight disappeared. Orange either spent it or he hit it.
Right.
I don't know which it was.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of back and forth going on between
It's
purple
constant.
and blue,
Yep. This is where you can
which
be
is
a
good.
bully.
Which is good for you.
Yep. Yeah, it's great for me. I'm perfectly happy to let this continue happening.
Mm-hmm.
And Orange wants me to support him to win. Not gonna happen. I actually swapped my tank around, and we just took out his fort with all his tanks in it because that was
Oh,
supporting the
shoot.
tile next to his
Damn.
capital. So that made it a lot easier to do. And now we're in position next turn, probably kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
you
has no
made a
way
good
of coming
play there.
back.
You always want to, if you can, tank the fort with the tanks in it first, because it does make the supporting tiles so incredibly strong.
Oh. So
Was that right? Yeah,
wow,
so-
that was a dang.
what just happened?
Last
It
Jumper,
happened a lot
he-
slower in game, but
Wait, I kind of want to revisit that real
yeah,
quick.
because it happens so fast.
We'll go on speed. Just
So I was limited by stamina
1x.
here, which is why I didn't do the fort with this, because I couldn't swap them and do it in one turn, obviously. So I just
Uh-huh.
ended up dropping all 14 of my gold onto that
Right.
2 tile so I could kill the fort in the tank.
Well, it was something that I tend to do in a situation like that is at the end of purple's turn, I'll move my troops, and then the they'll reset stamina.
And that's
but
what I
yeah.
meant.
Yeah.
To do. I think I was too busy
So-
BSing with purple,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I lost track
it
of time.
happens. Yeah.
And then now I can
Yeah.
move my tank out to at least support my fort here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
and the calculations are quick, but I did leave. I think it was exactly 21 power on these tiles. And that.
So
was,
let's see. Let's pause real quick. So it's 9 over here, 10, so 19, and you have
tile bonus
one.
and 1 gem.
Yeah, so 21 exactly. Okay.
Yep. So I knew
Damn.
for the brief period of time that if he did try to do what maybe Blue was up to,
Yeah.
that would be okay. And this ended up being a huge factor in the game because not only did he eliminate himself, but he lowered the tile count to victory as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that
Oh, so
animation
you
was
win
like all
after
at
this,
once. So
right?
he clicked, one
Actually,
more
no.
turn
There's one more turn.
passed.
Yeah, there's one more turn.
Yeah, where basically I'm just sucking up to everybody around me. I'm like, hey, I have a gem. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be friends. Nobody knows what's happening. I'm not sure if anybody realized what the indications of that play were. I don't know if they knew that I only needed 1 tile
Mm-hmm.
because they continued just kind of fighting each other.
And the music, it doesn't even indicate because green has already been like on
Right.
the cusp of winning for a while.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I accept a few gem swaps because I know. I mean, look at my walls are all made of glass. These are like 1 or 2 troops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
are on a razor's edge here for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, dude, let's do it. And then greedy
Yeah.
buys Clo. Oh boy, if he buys an AP for blue and they want to screw people over, it's definitely a possibility. But we hand out a few gems here, and purple actually, because I was just gonna take purple's free tile there, he ends up actually putting a troop there.
I see.
But as soon as I saw him, yeah, okay, we got blue first. I think he just attacks. I don't know if this is the turn. I think what I did here when it was blue's turn. No, I didn't. Okay. Or maybe I moved my guy. But I put a few troops on the border of blue just to make him think that maybe I dropped a ton of troops there, and I just wanted him to be wary of it. Because he doesn't want to die.
Right.
And I also give him a gem here just to kind of maybe dissuade him. And yeah, sure enough,
Back and forth. Yeah.
he just wants to kill purple. And now basically we're just biding time. We like okay, 80 seconds and we win the game. We just gotta make this guy happy. So we're gonna send him a gem swap. Puts him up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna see what happens because he could easily demand more right now if you look at the back line of our border.
Right.
He could ruin it.
He only has 3, which is not that many
Yeah.
for like the biggest ally. Yeah.
And then of course Green's like, can you give me more gems? Like, yeah, when the round resets, I'll send you a trade. But when that happens, I'm gonna win the game. And so I saw purple attack blue there. I know his AP is gone. He can't hurt me anymore. We're good. See, and no one seems to be mentioning like, hey, next turn you win. I don't think they noticed that we were that close.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, we know we got it in the bag because if I have to, I'll just drop all my money into that tile on the top and step onto blue, who doesn't have any money. So if he puts a troop there, it's only going to be 1 or 2.
Yeah. And
And
you
I would
probably
really like to have given purple more gems because we had a fun game, but the greed kicks in, and I know I don't need to anymore. Like it's
Right.
there's nothing anyone can do. So
yeah.
sorry, Belfort, great game, but
Yeah. And
Yep.
so yeah, 3 gems, not enough actually to get out positive even for blue. So yeah, that speaks to just if you want to help the dealer win, you need at least 4 gems usually to stay positive, to come out positive, if not more. Cool. So that's been like 3 games, I think. Let me do a quick vibe check at the Discord.
Someone requested
Oh,
a
somebody
game
requested.
for us to review. I don't know if you want to take a look. They said, you guys help me with this tactic. Not sure what to do from like round 7 or 8. So maybe we could just go. It's
Okay,
down,
which
Scroll down. It's towards the bottom.
down lower,
You're
down lower.
tagged in
Down
it.
lower.
It's that
Towards
one
the
right there.
beginning.
Yeah,
By
it's
YW.
you're
Here?
tagged in it.
The highlighted one.
The
The
highlighted.
highlighted one up.
oh,
A little bit higher.
right here. Okay.
Yeah. So
I see.
we could just maybe go from like round 7
And what's
or 8.
your color? What's the color of that player?
Oh, good question.
Oh, red. Okay, nice.
Red.
So let's go to this game. Game ID.
This could actually be really fun for future town halls. Is just live games being brought in and asked what we should do here.
Definitely, yeah. I think yeah, let's try this. I think this could be a really good format. So Red, you just asked starting let's round 7.
Let's,
So let
yeah,
me
let's do round
round
6 or something. Yeah.
6. Okay. Okay, so physics, you wanna analyze?
Yeah. So first thing
Here's
I'm
POV real
seeing.
quick.
Oh,
Oh, are
any,
you in POV?
actually, no, red perspective. Yeah, 1 sec.
Yeah, I wanted to see
Okay.
his gem counts.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. First thing I'm
So
noticing is
12
that you have.
12 gems of
He hasn't traded away.
Yeah.
How
Has he
did he?
raised? 12,
Raised.
13,
Oh, maybe
14.
Yeah,
he did
raised.
raise. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you raised for more
Once,
gems.
I believe.
We've only
Respectable.
given 1 to green. and 1 to
Actually-
But you
purple.
haven't. Yeah.
So you haven't made any friends, at least gem wise.
Yeah. So depending on how the conversations with other players have gone, it could feel like maybe you have some friends, but in reality, you really don't. One gem given to green, blue, and purple does not make any sort of meaningful alliance.
Mm-hmm.
It's likely, it's not necessarily true, but it's likely that the other players by this point in the game have traded more of their gems with each other, and so therefore have stronger bonds and alliances to work with each other because they're actually incentivized to work with each other. Because remember, if a player has a lot of your gems and you win the game, they get rewarded for that. So that's the first thing I'd recommend, especially by round 5 and 6. You want to try and have given out around 3 gems to players that you really want to work with. That's kind of my standard, because you still want to leave more gems for like buying attack points or borrowing fort researchers or whatever. But without, with only 1 to 2 gems, that doesn't really mean anything. You need
I
to be
think a
kind
perfect
of 3 or
example
4
is
area.
purple. When you ask to team up, says, "My bad, I only have 1 of your gems."
Oh yeah,
So
look at
it's
that.
not really beneficial for them to help you out if they can't make a profit out of it.
Mm-hmm. You think of gems as like a contract, like we can make a verbal agreement on a price for something, but until you sign the contract, doesn't mean really anything. Like the gems,
Yeah.
way more than words do.
Yeah, and what I like to do is tell players like, okay, I'm gonna get you some gems, do it, and then it's like I'm verbally like making sure you understand what this means as well. Like, I'm giving you gems, let's work together. That's what this means. And players will see the gem tick up and be like, okay, yeah, I see I have red gems.
Yeah,
I think I should work with red.
for sure.
Can you do
So-
maybe 4x and we can kind of see
Yeah.
what kind of happens in this game?
Sounds good.
So we're moving into round 8. The board is now filled up. Red is red. You have 2 attack points right now. Okay, so you can pause it for a second.
Okay.
You can pause it, yeah. So the board is full. You have nowhere to go. You have 2 attack points. This is where it's really, really important for you to have like players that have your back, because by not expanding at this point, you're falling behind the other players. Like orange and blue can still take orange, blue, and purple theoretically could still take tiles this turn. You're essentially losing an attack point because you already have 2, and it's really bad to store 2 attack points and not use one of them on your turn. You're essentially just falling behind the main win condition relative to all the other players, and you're losing one of your biggest advantages as the red player, which is that you get that extra attack point in the beginning of the game. So it's really important by this point in the game that you have a friend, like maybe it's orange or purple or blue or green, so that when you move towards, you have to start taking another player's tiles, like let's say you're purple or you're friends with purple and you're going to start moving towards blue, you need to make sure that you don't just start getting attacked from all sides of the map, because the game will end very quickly for you as the red player. So, as the dealer, you're better positioned to make friends, and it's also just way more important that you do, because you are just so vulnerable in the middle of the map where anyone can attack you from all sides anyway. You can keep playing the game. So yeah, this is an
Okay.
unfortunate spot
Sounds
now. If I were you, so let's talk about strategy in terms of like, at this point, you're stuck in this position. What do you do now? You very, very proactively figure out who is receptive to you. Maybe it's one of the, who knows what player it is. And then you just start sending them as many gems as you can. You just start trading cards with them. Like green has an ace. You don't need the ace, but you just make a trade, give them a gem. You're level 3 capital, so you start doing the gem swap, which is in the bottom left corner of the screen. It's a little handshake. Yeah, the handshake icon, which is what oh shoot. Okay, so when purple does that, I'm literally just like spamming them with gems, because they're telling me I need more of your gems, and you are like so desperate for an ally at this point that I would just be like sending them as many. I'd be borrowing their fort researcher, although you can't now, your fort researcher is complete. I'd be trading them cards. I'd be doing the gem swap every turn, just securing that ally, trying to give them like 4, 5, 6 gems, and then you can start being more comfortable in attacking like orange, like you are right now, which is good that you did that. You placed your fort, you're attacking orange, but your flanks are really, really vulnerable, because you don't know how they've been talking. You don't know who orange's allies are. Maybe purple's working with orange. I'm not sure.
Purple's fort placement is
So
concerning.
purple said they only have 2 gems, and it's good that you're giving them more gems.
Oh, good. Yeah. You're trading them more gems. Nice. And it looks like you've given green a few gems as well.
Green,
So that's
3
cool.
gems.
Nice job. Yeah. So you're kind of working now with both these players. It's still a little shaky though. Like they might just be working with you until like you're vulnerable enough for them to attack you, essentially, because if you are attacking orange and you're putting all your gold into that, you are pretty vulnerable. But we'll see. Okay, so green is saying I'll attack in the next round, saving gold. For me, that's like, okay, that's a red flag. I'm worried about green, because that might be true. But it's also
He could be
it's weird.
stalling, but he's also
they could be stalling.
showering with gems at the moment.
Oh,
too.
nice. This is good. Yeah.
2 gems from.
This is good.
Okay, nice.
Okay, you're
From
definitely
one gem.
maybe they at this point maybe they were thinking about backstabbing you, but like if you keep sending them gems, it's like, well, they're gonna at some point gonna be so incentivized that they just have no choice. They just have to work with you.
And holding their gems, like for green to backstab now, it's gonna be an extra 4 damage he's gonna need because you're holding 4 of his gems. So
4 gem defense. Yep.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd also be worried about what is blue doing, because he's also 2 tiles away from killing your capital right here at points.
Yep. Exactly.
So that'd be a major concern.
Right.
Yeah. Oftentimes, what I've found is, if I'm gonna attack a player, like if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna attack orange. Usually, I don't really want the other allies to help me with the attack on the player I'm targeting, unless I need the help. But most of the time, as the red player, you're economically advantaged anyway, so you're gonna end up marching over, destroying their capital eventually. And nice. And
he wanted one more.
The additional players piling on that player doesn't actually help. What does help more is for them to attack another player. If purple attacked blue right now, that would be even more helpful than purple attacking orange right now, because as the red player, you're just positioned in a way that you already have more gold. You have the fort researcher in this case as well, so you're up that, and so you don't necessarily need like the help. And by purple devoting all these resources to help you with orange, it's kind of leaving blue in a position where they could potentially flank you.
Right. Yeah, if you have an ally, I agree with physics here. If you have an ally, usually you just like divide and conquer. And like, it's not like if 2 players target the same player, that player will necessarily divide up their gold on defending both of you. Like it's not always how it works. So yeah, good point there.
It's an interesting dynamic I've noticed playing a lot of games where it's like purple in this case, like if you let's say you kill orange this turn, then it's like, well, purple's stuff is all just wasted. It's not really positioned in a way that that they can actually help you meaningfully with like blue, for example. Granted, this game's going on for a while, so resources are kind of amassing, and you have several forts. Purple has 3 forts. This is pretty crazy. This is a long.
And you have
game.
like 17 infantries on one tile, 26 on another.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do this because I kind of would focus on like all my gold on one player first, and avoid being dragged into
blue.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't really been watching the chat. Maybe there was like a peace agreement
There's no
or
blue.
something.
Okay.
Picking a fight with
orange
blue here is.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was
orange.
just wondering.
Oh,
Yeah, because picking a fight
man.
with blue here is
Oh.
extremely
Wait, where
risky.
Oh, he moved.
Oh, okay. So that was a good move.
Oh, is purple gonna?
Okay, hold on. Can you go back to the beginning of this round 11?
Yeah.
There's a couple really important things, and maybe go to 2x.
Okay.
So, really good move in moving your capital there, but I want to make sure and watch and see how it plays out. Attacking blue here, yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend ever picking a fight with 2 players at once.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure in the entire context, but you just did attack orange. Now you're attacking blue. You have purple and green on your side. Love that you gave them a bunch of your gems. But even so, green really hasn't demonstrated any sort of aggression at this point, which is a little bit concerning. And yeah, picking a fight with 2 players is just, it's really, really hard to do.
Yeah, because your gold production is basically the same as them if they are both level 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like blue's preparing for their attack. Green, is green just like chilling?
Well, in this game, red and green are like best buddies. You know, green has at least 5
Yeah,
of yours.
I'm wondering, like, why is green not attacking blue or orange here?
Yeah, he's been sitting on his hands for quite a while.
Okay, he does end up attacking orange here on like a tile that doesn't really
it's very
matter
safe
at all.
play.
So he's playing it extremely safe. He probably has, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what gems he has. He might have like blues or something. Who knows?
We may see depending how this game ends, because it does end in this round.
Okay, so here's what I wanted to watch. Blue attacks you with infantry. You do not need to upgrade your
you were safe
capital
there
in
for
this
another
position.
turn.
Yeah,
and
it's
also
really, really important that
be very wary. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Where you placed your capital just now. Looking at these 2 purple forts behind you. Because he could get get his gems back.
Oh wow, he didn't attack. Okay, yeah, that was my other thought was like
put another tank.
You got to be super careful because capital 4 defense or final form defense is only 21.
I think he might do it.
He might do it.
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh,
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. You can never trust players.
Yeah.
Epic backstab.
Even your allies.
You have plenty of stamina. There was a lot of better places to put it.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about final form is that you can move it. You can move your capital away from the players during their turn, and then just kind of move it around the map as the turns go through. So move it away from purple on purple's turn, move it away from orange on orange's turn, and just kind of keep it away from the rest of the, because you can make moves when it's other players' turns. So that's what I typically do in a situation like that. It can be hard though because you have limited stamina, and sometimes there's not really good places to go. But yeah, don't ever like just place it next to an ally like that. Even level 4 capitals are just way too vulnerable.
Yeah, the dedicated is the most dedicated ally. That's just teeing it up. There's no way they're going to resist that. Getting all their gems back, especially if it's a ranked
getting all their
game,
gems back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the honestly, the biggest mistake that game was upgrading your capital to level 4 when Blue's infantry was out of stamina on their attack, it's really important to know that infantry is limited to a single attack every round, because it means that their attack was stalled at that point. Even if they had 2 attack points, there's nothing they could do to continue that attack. So yeah, and I understand you being scared for sure. It's like a jump scare when someone gets next to your capital. It makes sense, but try and keep your composure and just think about, okay, if the attack is with infantry, it's done after 1, and you can wait until next turn to either counterattack, or maybe after getting your gold per turn, then maybe you upgrade your capital if you feel like you need to do that. But by doing it on Blue's turn, you lose out on the income on your next turn, which is really tough.
Yep.
But yeah, that
Great
was well played,
advice.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you played it really well. I mean, the things we were pointing out in round 6 with the gems being an issue, you quickly rectified. So I mean, you have a lot of the fundamentals down. It was just like some of the smaller things, and then being too trusting in the end of an ally. So nicely done.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Cool.
literally
Yeah.
probably made all those mistakes 50 times. So yeah, you're on
Yeah.
your way for sure.
So we have 2 options now. We can either do a custom game with a couple. I see a couple of people who've been playing Duper for a while. Okay, seems like people are interested. Yeah. So we have nice. So maybe Syra, you can join up one. Previously, I've confirmed with Kaladin, Physics, and there was another player who's is TH here? No, he's not here. But yeah, if you're interested in doing a custom game, like send something in the chat, be like I'm down. And if we have 5 players, let's do like normal stakes, just like ranked stakes, 0.005 ETH, and we can do one right now. Yeah, if you don't have time, don't worry. Oh, Kaladin, you were gonna say something.
No, today we're doing live commentary, I assume. For
Oh
the rest
yeah.
of the folks.
Yeah. So you guys will, whoever's playing will just deafen yourself, and then I can, or whoever's not playing can comment. Okay, so we have Physics, we have Kaladin, Hope, Syrar, and well, seems like we have more interest than. I'm just gonna choose, like, maybe let's have.
We can stay out if we could just let some community play.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
also
yeah.
totally happy to just commentate.
Yeah,
or
we can
whatever.
just
Okay.
let the community play. Let them have the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, too many excited messages. Just react to this one, if you're. Okay, Toby. Oh wow. Okay, people are excited to do this. Modio, you don't get to do this if yeah, community. All right. Okay. So we'll see. So boxing Vic. You're new. You seem to be rising. Let's have and then UNRN. Let's have you participate. So let me just have a list. Syrar, I remember you said you wanted to. Let's see.
Yeah, Boxing Vic was another one.
Oh yeah, boxing Vic. And then I think maybe just Toby and Hope and there's Zeta's here. Is there any other new players who's expressed interest? There's wait, let me just check. Okay, that's probably a no, right? FA. Zeta's, I'm slightly concerned that you're a little too good for this. But actually, why don't we? Okay, you're in, and then maybe we'll have. I mean, yeah. Oh.
I want to see 4 players converge on him immediately.
One more. If there's no new players, I'll give to either Toby or Hope. Let's just say, I mean, I have to just go random. Oh, Corvin's typing. If Corvin, you want in, you can be in. ETH, like
It's
just
just
normal, or Sparks
Oh,
works,
is it?
honestly.
Oh, is it ETH?
Well, Sparks
Yeah,
works
I mean,
too.
I don't know. What do people want to do?
We can do Sparks if that's easiest. Let's just say it's Sparks.
Let's see let's see whatever the players want to do.
Yeah, or
You guys
whatever
wanna-
you guys want to do.
There
If it's
are
ETH, we can
boxing
just do
picks
the
that are-
normal. Oh yeah. Okay, so just give it one. Okay,
Yeah.
Spark.
I think we have some new players, so let's do Sparks. UNRN says Sparks.
I see. Yeah, and there's more interest than spots. So for those of you, especially the old players, hope you can hope you don't mind. You can come up stage and commentate. Like Hope, I'm gonna invite you on stage actually, if you want.
Corvin wants Sparks too.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do Sparks and invite
Okay.
Corvin. Sounds good.
All right. So let's have these.
Nope.
Oh. I'm out. Nice. So how about this? Zadar Zer, you're the only I mean, actually, there's a couple of players among these 5 who are pretty good already. So you may or may not be the best, but why don't you start a custom Sparks game and send the game ID here? And also, for those of you playing, if you can, go ahead and stream your screen. If you stream your game screen in the Discord, so we can kind of switch perspectives in real time. So, okay, everyone who's participating, there's this, okay, I'll have Corvin come up to speak. Nice.
Hi.
This is fun. Hello. Oh, Modio, yeah. Modio can come up too.
Hello.
If he wants. Hey guys. Limited to 10. What does that mean?
I can't demonstrate my screen.
Oh, okay. I gotta stop streaming.
Okay, now I can.
Wait, does it only allow one player to stream?
For me, I can show.
Oh, that's actually the case. Well, I guess we'll have to just watch from Corvin's, which is not terrible.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
That
we
should
can
be
do
alright.
that. Okay, so let's take a look then. Right now we have Zadar Zir and Corvin. We need 3 more people to join. So just to repeat, Boxing Vic,
Boxing
and then
Vic got in.
UNRN, as well as Cyrar.
Looks like we have 2 streams popped up. Fine.
Oh, 2 streams? Nice.
Yep.
How do I? Oh, okay. Wait, I'm kind of. One sec. Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Syra, I think you are in the Discord. If you want to go to the game screen. Yeah, and
Nope.
then you can enter the custom room code. So it's, I believe, over here, 4RCH V6BU.
Wait, you can only do 10 Sparks in the custom?
No, V6BU. V. And also might be all lowercase. V6BU. You can take a look at it. Yeah, it might be all lowercase. I think it's all lowercase. Yeah, right now you can only do 10 Sparks in custom room. But arbitrary number of ETH. Yeah.
Gotcha. We gotta up that. We gotta up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Is that to prevent like abuse of transferring sparks?
Yeah. That's specifically designed.
Oh, dang.
Right, because it's
I
slightly
didn't
easier
think
to
about
do
that.
quests for new accounts and you know, it
Oh,
might lead to
man.
wrong incentives.
So
But yeah,
we can have
okay.
nice things.
Yeah, so we have
Hell yeah,
everyone.
we're all in. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna.
So,
Yeah.
those that are
I'll choose-
playing should deafen.
Yeah.
So that they can't hear our
Nice.
commentary.
Yeah, so this basically you come back to Discord real quick and just like I think where is that? It's like
There's a little headphone icon
Oh, yeah,
in the bottom
if you-
left next to your name. It's right next to the mute button. So
Right.
you need to click the deafen button so that you cannot hear us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll get information that you're not supposed to have, so we just want to keep
Yeah.
it legit.
Nice. So
So Yichi,
okay.
can you deafen them yourself being
Yeah,
an admin or no?
is there a manual?
Oh yeah,
deafen
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
sure.
do?
I think
I
you
can
can.
do that. I probably can. Let me see how I come back to the. Okay, so
You might be able to right click them or something. I don't know.
yeah, let me try.
No, maybe not.
Actually, maybe not. I can only kick players,
Okay.
which is not ideal. I
See,
can do server deafen. That's not what we want to do, right?
I don't
Okay.
think so. Zero just and UNRN, you might want to just deafen if you can.
So who's not deafened? Let's see.
Oh, I guess Toby says server deafen is the right thing.
Oh, it is? Let's try it. Can you... Hello? Hello? No, that's not good.
No, you don't want to do
no,
it to
that's-
yourself.
Not
No,
to
no, no. You
yourself,
want to
to
do
them.
you want to do it to another player.
Oh!
So like
Oh, server deafen.
right click.
Oh,
There you
there
go.
we go.
Yeah, just
There
like
you
that.
There we
go.
go.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
And then same to UNRN.
Where is that? Where is that? Oh, right here. Yeah, server deafen.
And then who else is
There we
playing?
go. Syra, is he deafened?
Syra's deafened.
Yeah,
UNRN is deafened. Corbin's
Corbin
deafened.
is.
We're good, I
Who
think.
else is playing?
I think so. I think that's everyone that's playing, or that's at least streaming.
Oh, Boxing Vic is in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Are they
'cause-
deafened?
Or actually, no, I need a deafen. Well, I can't deafen
Oh, yeah.
the audience.
I think you have to invite
Oh.
them first and then deafen.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's
So
a
Red
10
is
Sparks
saving
game.
an AP.
What can we do?
Yeah. I guess he'll be.
We'll be
But
fine.
Red
I
didn't
think
use all his AP.
It does look like they requested to come up though.
Oh, did he?
Oh, really?
Good.
No, I invited them to speak.
Oh,
that they
that's an
didn't.
invite. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I think we can just continue
It's
watching.
fine. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's just talk about the game.
Okay, so nobody's AFK. That's good.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Let's play
Red
the
is
game.
holding an AP, so that's something to consider. Is that an economist that he built?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
don't
yeah, we have
know.
no way of knowing.
Okay, so Green built an economist.
Oh, they maxed out on. Okay, so they really wanted that level 3.
Very interesting. Red is rejecting trades. Like, I think Corbin's highlighting it. He's pissed. See, and then he countered with one that he wants instead, because it's going to get him a 1-2-3 straight. So good on Corbin for rejecting that.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Nice.
Corbin's learned anything today? You hold that grudge till the end of the game.
You hold that. This is the way.
Or not. He's considering.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, so Green just won the combo reward and did raise.
I like it.
I mean, it's
So they
10
get an
sparks.
additional
Maybe
Yeah,
3 and
the-
3. Yeah.
yeah.
15 sparks game. Looks like Green's trying to trade for a jack to get a pair.
It is
They
kind of
wanna
nice
go
to get these
pink.
level 3s, especially where that one's located for Green. this early
yeah.
because the defense bonus is so hard to take back
That's
this
true.
early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a good position to target both red and orange later if you wanted to.
Yep.
Nice.
So in round 3 is typically when you want to try and get level 2 capital as the edge players, the corner players. So we'll see if orange
Oh, yeah.
and the following players end up being able to do that this turn or not. Green and orange both did take a tier 3 tile, so sometimes that does mean you're not able to get the level 3. Actually, usually it means you can't get the level 3 or the level 2 round 3. But it looks like orange did, so nice
Yep.
job.
Corvin got it. He might troll here. He might take that economist if it stays open. I feel like that's something Corvin would do.
Well, no, I mean that's not necessarily even
Ah.
trolling, right? That's a pretty strong play if red doesn't defend their
Yep.
tile. And in order for red to defend the tile, all they would need to do is move that tank into their capital, because it would support the building that is in progress, even if there's no troops on it.
Makes sense.
So
we'll see if
something
red sees that.
Sorry, something I wasn't clear on. When the tank is supporting an empty building, is the tile bonus still come into effect? Or is it
I
just the
believe
tank?
so. I believe so. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Actually, I have to double check. I'm not
I'm not
positive
sure.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to steal something the other day, and I wasn't sure if that was how it was going.
I think it does. I think EG is right. I think it. I actually have a replay I need to go back and watch because there was one game I had where it didn't work as I thought it would, and I forgot to go back and watch that.
Corvin's letting us know that he really wants this economist. He's just hovering over it with his mouse. I think he's trying to tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It helps that he himself doesn't have an economist still.
Yes, and also it makes red spend an AP in troops trying to get it back, and that slows his growth so much.
Right.
Red might just go for the easy level 1 tile with the tank.
I think
Okay.
very-
Okay, so red has it currently defended.
I think a very small mistake
That's
here is
very
he has 5
very
cards
aggressive.
already. Right, so if next turn he's gonna get one more card that he's eventually gonna have to discard.
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Yep. Oh, wow.
What just happened?
Well, that happened very quickly.
Wow. Dang, that
Purple is out
impressive.
of the game.
Oh, whoa.
Purple just got killed by red. That's crazy. People doing that without forts are so brave. It's crazy. I do not have I don't have the stones to do that.
If it went
That's
wrong,
wild.
absolutely devastating.
Oh,
Now I
wow,
want to find out who red is.
Crazy moves.
I think it might have been UNRN because I just saw him typing. Oh, yep. It was.
Okay.
Or do you know if was UNRN the one that died?
I think so, yeah.
It's probably purple.
Oh, okay.
Rumor.
Okay, so
That's
now
a-
Corvin's like, let's just be friends, actually. Let's do some trades. Even though red is kind of at a weak point, he could have stole this stuff probably pretty easily, but...
Oh, he's thinking about...
He's doing it.
Oh!
Let's
He
go,
went,
Corvin.
he went for the economist building.
Oh shit! I love it.
Dang.
I love it.
I love
If
this
was
game.
the time, if there was a time to do it, this was the time to do it. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Red just
Red is
put all of his
extremely
troops
weak.
in the corner. Any troops that are left have to walk back. The only question mark is how much gold was purple holding on to that red also has now.
Yeah.
Probably
A
wasn't
problem?
too much.
Look at red. Look at the chat.
What the fuck are you doing?
I that's hell.
I think I attacked red at some point in one of the games, and that's exactly what red said to me. So it might be the same red.
Yeah, people don't expect it so early, you know. But if you dangle something
Yeah.
like that in front of somebody, it's chances are.
Well, it seems like Orange is not defending the newly captured building. That is
Yep.
Oh, he
Only
doesn't. He
supported
a
by
doesn't
the
have any
tank.
gold.
Yeah. He has no ability to outside of the tank, so I guess he's
Well,
just.
did he
Well, he
launch an
should've-
econ conference yet?
He
No.
should. He needs
should,
to.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he just stole the Economist, so he's probably not necessarily thinking about the fact that he can launch an econ conference with it. But yeah, he should use his pair
Yep.
for sure,
Because he
and
just
then
checked
drop
his
the
tank
troops
tab.
to defend.
So he was
Oh
thinking tank.
man.
What?
Would it have mattered with 5 extra gold? Probably not. Yeah.
So it showed
no
it as a
tile buff.
tile and a gem buff, but it only added
Oh,
up
the
to 3
animation's a
HP.
little off, which means
Wait.
wait.
So he only had a 3 defense on there, which means that when a tank is supporting an empty building, the tile
Oh,
and gem bonus.
it didn't do the gem
Nope.
and defense.
Nope.
Yeah. That I think that happened to me in one of my other games too.
Might need to check the logic there. Yeah, we'll note it.
Yeah, just see if it's intentional, I guess.
Right.
I think ideally it would definitely include gem and tile bonus.
Since it technically is being defended, I suppose.
Oh, there's a quick question by UNRN. Higia can answer.
Oh, what question? Let's see.
UNRN up here. Or I'll ping you the reply. They were asking about essentially what types of games have served as inspiration for Duper.
Oh, I see.
What Web3 games inspire you guys, and who you like in Web3 gaming? And they brought up Pirate Nation as like an example of something that they know about.
I see.
As
So, in our design of the core game loop, there's a couple of games that we, I think.
hold
borrowed
on.
Oh.
UNRN. Oh, did you deafen them or no?
I did, I think.
So if they're
But
still
they're
deafened,
but they're not in the speakers, so it shouldn't
okay,
work
so they
anymore.
shouldn't. Be.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
yeah, that's
You can
probably
continue. You can
Okay.
continue.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of games that we drew inspirations from. On the UI design and the battlefield aesthetics, there's a game called Into the Breach, which is on Steam. It's like a puzzle war game that like you'll notice there's some similarity between how the battlefield looks. That's where one inspiration. The trading, there's some games that are like that. Like Catan is a good example where people trade for resources. And just regarding how the troops and buildings work, there we draw inspiration from just the classic strategy games like Civ and StarCraft and a lot of other games, Brisk, that type of games. There's one game that's less popular, but we drew a lot of inspiration from, which is called Diplomacy. It's a board game where there are only 4 simple actions that people can take, and where people spend most of their time actually chatting in private DMs with each other and commit reveal actions. That part is very similar to how the chatting and diplomacy works in Duper. And then finally, there's the wager element, which obviously we borrowed from poker and mahjong, these wagering games. So it's kind of like a pretty unique category of its own, especially because I think the biggest thing that's unique about Duper is gems and how basically people can maximize self-interest playing the game, but also have win-win scenarios when gems are swapped. So that's something where actually we didn't borrow from any game, but from I believe from like there's some movie that like our creative director, it's like a really old movie about, it's called Liar Game or something, where it's just like a huge social experiment where people had similar things like gems and anyway, I won't ramble too much, but like there's some cool inspiration from the movie industry, from like those cool movies about just like social maneuvering. That's where we
That's
got the
cool.
gem element from. Yeah.
Never knew that. Cool. All right, coming back to the game. It looks
Yeah.
like red has taken some tiles back from orange after orange took their economist.
Now, red did say, I'll stop attacking you if you stop attacking me, and they agreed on it. Again,
Nice.
take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, and it looks like green and orange must be kind of allied at this point. Hard to say.
Yeah, they've been chatting a lot. Not a lot of gems swapped, but enough to kind of keep it going.
Vibing, yeah.
Yeah,
Vibing.
vibe and strat OP.
High key.
So green is gonna head over to blue. Do we know if blue? Oh, I guess we don't because we don't really have the. Let me check Sirar's stream. He might have some information on blue.
So it is round 7, and we don't see anyone who's level 3 capital yet.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so heavily military.
Yeah, there's
Right.
been quite a bit of combat this game.
Whoever gets to upgrade first might have some gold advantage. We'll see. If the game lasts long enough. That's to
Yeah,
say.
if the game lasts long enough. Mm-hmm. Green has a pretty good setup against blue with these forts and tanks. It's going to be pretty hard for blue to defend.
Looks like blue and green are kind of the more rich gold-wise as well. So that fight could get interesting.
Okay, let me switch to other stream.
Sirar's got a really nice setup with these tanks supporting all his tiles. It's pretty nice. Look
He's
at. Yeah.
He always does have a pretty solid defense line set up around
Yeah.
his capital.
He's got a really nice defense.
Welcome, Zen. Zen is speaking.
Thanks. No, I
What's
just,
up, Trent?
yeah, just wanted to join in, but I don't have anything to say just yet. So, find
No
something
worries.
later.
Yeah, good
So
to see you.
Blue hit a level 3 here, so we got our first level 3 capital in round 8.
So this is a point where if green wants to
nice.
attack blue, they need to do it essentially now.
Yep, just spent all of his gold.
Because now
Right.
is when blue's going to be weakest. Any point after this, and blue's going to slowly start to get stronger and stronger than the other players.
Yeah.
Green is also heavily advantaged on the defense. 2 level 3
Oh,
kills
yeah.
that blue will have.
So green actually has control of every tile that is within 3 distance from their capital, which is super solid.
And most of them are level 3, so
Right.
Okay, so green is looking like they're going to try and purchase an AP from orange. They might make an attack on blue's capital.
Right.
If they
Looks
want to
like
do
it.
that, they'll need to move their tank to that forward tile, so that they can take the next blue tile with the tank and then place troops on the tile after that.
Oh, so we're rejecting trades from blue. Seems like 0 gems exchange with blue from green's perspective.
yeah, see, I was trying to see where green was going to go. It might be easier for him to attack red, although red...
Yeah, red has also 9 tiles, which is very dangerous when a player has already died like they have. Because the win count is only 11, so attacking blue here, like destroying blue's capital in this case, just hands the game to red. So he's caught in a place where he has to probably mitigate red's tiles. So well played. And all of his troops died. Wow, that's a really unique situation.
But now
where
potentially...
he needs an attack point though. He needs an attack point from orange.
He didn't have it. He's not moving his tanks to support. Oh, now he is.
Yep. So he was just trying to get the attack in before red could defend, but he did not have an attack point. So if he wants to do another attack, he needs to buy the AP. But it looks like now that red has put defense, he is second guessing whether or not he actually wants to attack this turn, which is smart.
Green says he forgot to buy an AP as well. Red is sitting on a pile of gold and he has a tank supporting too, so I think green might just be satisfied with taking tiles away from him at the moment.
Well, it looks like he is going to go for an attack on one of the other tiles of red. Once it's
Interesting.
accepted. Oh no, he... Okay.
Seems like orange
Yes, he did.
himself wants to attack red.
I think he needs to
Yeah.
here as well.
Hmm.
We're gonna have to keep it down. Obviously.
This is smart as well. He's splitting up. Green just split up his troops
Mm-hmm.
to defend against red and blue a bit. Because he didn't end up using all the troops that he dropped on that adjacent to red's capital.
If orange is able to attack, it would definitely help green because he would eliminate that tank if it's successful. So.
Oh, that red
Okay,
just
so
attacked.
it's coming out. But now we know what's
Yep.
there, and it's not a whole lot.
Right. Nice. So green just
Another tank.
green just proposed orange to win, and green would weaken red. But then currently, green only has 2 gems from orange, which is not a lot yet. So we'll see what happens from now.
Yeah, it's actually pretty surprising to me how few gems they've traded. But Corvin being level 3 can now initiate some gem swaps, so that's helping their alliance. If I was the red player, I would be trying to work with blue, so I wonder if that's happening at all or what.
No, he had multiple tanks there, Corvin. That's not gonna work.
Alright, yeah, that's a pretty strong tile that Corvin just tried to attack.
We saw him drop at least 1 tank into his capital and immediately move him last turn, so minimum 2 tanks there, attacking with 7. Obviously he's not gonna do too much.
So red trying to bargain with green a little bit. Trading some gems potentially. An interesting claim by red is that blue is weak, which I don't really agree with.
Blue, if he's not with red, should actually push that pile there in the corner.
So green choosing to attack blue here, which is an odd choice because he only has 2 of red's gems. And red has 9 tiles. Oh no. Is he... Looks like he might go for an attack on blue's capital, which would be just handing the game to red.
He can't because he just used infantry, so...
Yeah, he can't do it. He can't attack with those
Hmm.
troops. So
Yeah.
that's a weird thing. And he doesn't
That's
even
good.
have an attack point.
Well, he's buying it now, but
Oh, he's buying it now, but
it
yeah.
doesn't affect stamina. Well, he's trying to
Yeah,
buy it,
yeah, yeah.
having it.
Yeah, no stamina.
No stamina, yeah.
And
I think
and
he
or no
he
attack
probably...
point.
Yeah, the previous turn he was able to attack with infantry again, just because all of his infantry had died in the attack, so he was able to place new infantry. But in this case, yeah,
Oh, and there it is.
okay, yeah, and red is gonna end up winning this game with tile count. It's like GG.
Very interesting
GG
decision
red.
by green at the end.
Yeah, I mean there was a the decision tree in that game was very complex. There was a lot going on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked up a bit with troops and didn't create,
Oh,
create
yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah, I saw you
Bummer.
look them up, but you didn't drop them. I guess you forgot. Damn.
Happens. GG,
Yeah.
guys. Well played. Who
GG.
was red that game?
It was
Was
probably.
that
Probably
was that
Boxing Vic.
Zadar?
Zadar, yes.
It was Zadar. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it might be I'm guessing it's Zadar because the way they said "What the fuck are you doing?" is exactly the same
Yeah.
Also,
as when I attacked
the
them.
early attack. The early
Yeah.
attack was also. Oh, can we undeafen folks?
Oh yeah. Undeafen. Let's see. Oops. Click twice.
Oh, and
Boxing
as
Vic
well,
also unable to hear anyone.
Is anyone else deafened right now? You can also undeafen
Boxing
yourself.
Vic is.
Oh, Boxing Vic is?
Well, not if it's a server deafen.
Zadar, were you red?
We can invite him to speak. Oh, Zadar, is he still here? Oh, he's here.
Yeah,
Invite to
he's
speak.
He's leaving. Yeah.
Oh, he's leaving. Okay. I mean, I can just take a quick look and see if it was.
So, were you able to undeafen Boxing Vic or no?
Unable to hear anything? What? I mean, I don't see an option to deafen him because he's not in the speaker.
Interesting.
Weird. Maybe try to join again. But let me just respond to him. Let's see.
Same thing happened with you and RN. I don't know.
So yeah, the middle player, yeah, Zadar was red. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
it's working now. Okay, cool.
GG. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
So,
Well-
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I guess I was just gonna do like a quick recap on the game.
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
we saw a lot of interesting things happen. Notably, red going for an early kill on purple, left him pretty vulnerable. Orange tried to take advantage of that by taking over red's economist. Corvin, did you realize that you could have used an econ conference with the economist that you took from red? That
No.
So you know how you had the pair and you took the economist, and so once you steal an economist, that gives you the ability to do an econ conference with that pair.
Yeah, I did not think about it.
Yeah, no, and that's a tricky thing to realize because you didn't actually build the economist, so it's hard to remember that, oh, I have this economist now, I can use it to launch the econ conference and then use that 5 gold to potentially defend the building that you just took.
He
And then we
rejected my trade, and
yeah.
I don't know why. He already has building. I don't, so
Mhm.
I don't know why he rejected.
It was a pretty aggressive reject for sure.
There was a game that someone had a fort that they were building, and I think they were red, and I took the fort, and I was like purple. So as he was amping up troops to attack the fort that I took over, the fort building, I was able to build a fort behind that building, place a tank there, and his troops just got annihilated. And that was the end of red because he couldn't get his fort back. He wasted all his gold on the troop launch there, and he was probably like level 2 or level 1 at the time.
Yeah, stealing a fort researcher the turn like before it
Massive.
finishes is really brutal, especially if you have a tank that you can instantly deploy the fort and support it. Yeah, that's a great play. Yeah, so this was a really interesting game because green and orange started to form like a bond, and they did exchange a few gems, but it didn't seem like it was enough to really secure. It wasn't enough to like incentivize either player to really want the other one to win. And I think if you really want to gain an ally, you need to incentivize them enough with your gems so that if you win the game, they actually end up getting pretty good out of the deal. And so we kind of saw a lot of lobbying from all the people here in this game of like they're all trying to win themselves and not so much support another player to win the game. We saw a lot of requesting of like buying attack points and those getting rejected. Yeah, it was really interesting dynamics to see. So yeah, I mean, it was well played on all sides. I felt like very interesting game for sure. Nicely done, guys.
I feel like a
Yeah.
slight misplay from Green at the end wasn't worth it
And
for him to allow Red to take over, but it happens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it depends on what the goal of the player is. I don't know if Sarar might have felt comfortable letting Red win at the end there with 2 or 3 of the gems. Maybe they were just looking to cut their losses at that point. You know, sometimes it can be the right play if you feel like the game is doomed to just okay, let's let another player win. At least I know I'm not getting destroyed or losing everything. Like at least Blue's not winning, right? At that point. But yeah, it's a complex structure to analyze.
yeah, I needed to conference
Yeah.
on Economist. Yeah, misplayed.
Oh yeah, and it's really easy to miss, and I'm sure next time like you take an econ, like that's my favorite thing to do is if you take the Economist, use it for the econ conference. Even if they take it back, hey, at least you are gaining the ability. You gained an ability to use that econ conference,
Do
and
they
then
are they able to use a pair again,
And
or does it default to the next level up where they have
It-
to use a flush?
it defaults to whatever you've used so far in the game. So if you've used a
Okay.
pair already, you have to use a flush. If you haven't used anything, you have to use a pair. I personally would love it if it was changed to where like
I
each
agree.
economist building was unique. So
I
like
agree.
that
Oh,
specific
interesting.
economist has used a pair before, so now it has to use a flush. If it's taken, then that new player has to use a flush or whatever. I think that would
Yeah.
be really interesting.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll discuss with team. That's good feedback.
That'd be really cool. Because then you could like build an economist, use a pair, and then take someone else's economist and theoretically
use
use
another
another
pair?
pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'd be really strategically interesting to be able to do
True,
stuff
true,
like that.
true. Yeah. And maybe that also applies to taking 4 researchers and playing researchers where you get like a free actually that would be that needs to be a little more thought about. But yeah.
Yeah,
That's too much.
that's
That's
a
too
slippery
much.
slope.
Yeah.
Just the back and forthing for a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
back and forth. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, it's almost 2 hours. Thank you all for coming and enjoying the games with us. And for those of you who commentated or joined for the custom game, really appreciate your very unique and helpful takes and perspectives. And yeah, enjoy more games. Let's fucking duper and see you next week, same time.
Sweet. See you guys.
And
Thank you.
Coming out of the
tournament
you.
coming
Have a good
soon.
one.
Announcement on that very soon. So best
Oh,
time
yeah.
to practice is now. Yeah. All right.
Talk to you guys later.
See you guys. Bye.